So now we're on to project 2 in ceramics, which is our double pinch pot animal with additive or subtractive elements. Additive meaning ears, arms, legs, paws, or subtractive meaning carving or sgraffito would be subtractive. So it can have additive or subtractive. It can have additive and subtractive. So let me just show you quickly the double pinch pot. So here I made 2 pinch pots. This one I already trimmed. This one I'll go over again how to trim, but I went over it in the video for the pinch pot. So you want to mark off at the lowest point of your pot. Use that as your measurement. So this is 2.5. So I'm just going to go around and mark off at 2.5, keeping my ruler straight up and down right next to my pot here. I'm not going to angle it. I'm going to keep it nice and straight. Mark off at 2.5. These 2 pots should be symmetrically almost the same. In other words, they should be the same, almost the same width, almost the same height. This one's a little bit smaller than that one. That one is 2 3/4. This is 2.5, so that's okay. But they should be almost the same. So now I want to get my fettling knife, wherever it's hiding. Ah, here it is. And I just want to go through the clay, keeping my fingers here for support. See, if you don't, it sort of falls. This is very wet clay, so I'm just going to pull off the excess. And I'm going to continue slicing off my top. Okay? So now, again, this is very thick like this one was from the first video, the pinch pot video. So I'm just going to go along and I'm going to pinch it a little bit more, starting at the bottom and coming up to the top after I've did a full rotation with my hand, pinching with my hand. Okay, so let's see. We can put that on there. Yep. It's pretty even. It's a little bit thicker than this. So I'm just going to, using my banding wheel, twist this, thin that out. Again, make sure it's even. I'm going to take my why can't I think of the name? My, I forgot the name of this tool. My rib. Sorry, I'm not going to edit that out just because that was too funny. Even teachers have their moments. So this is a plastic rib. This being a metal rib. This is a metal serrated rib that you could score and slip with. So I'm just going to smooth this out. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I want to marry these 2 together, right? So I can use a serrated metal rib and I can score both pots. Let me get my slip ready here. And you could use your finger, or it's better to use this brush to put the slip on. And I'm just going to score these tops, this top of this pot. And I'm going to put slip on both of these scored areas. Whoop. Not too much, but definitely filling in all the scored areas so that there's no problems with air bubbles or anything like that. We don't want it to blow up, do we? Okay, almost done. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so now we're going to marry the two. Whoop. Give it a good, firm push together. You're not going to force it, but you definitely want to smush it together. Okay, you can see that this bottom one here is a little bit bigger than that top one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring the edge of the bottom up over the top. But there's still, if you can see, there's still this opening right here, which we want to fill, that crack. So what you do is you just take a piece of that little clay that you lopped off the top. You roll it in your hands between your two palms and make like a little coil. And you want to just push that, mold that on the top of your join there. And lightly push it together and then lightly smooth out the edges of that coil. You can use your fingers. I actually really like to use my thumbs instead of the ribs, or the tools, but you can use any tool you want to smooth that out. Okay, now I have this little coil there, so I'm just going to continue filling in that join there. Okay, you could use this tool. If the clay is soft enough, it will be easy to mold. You can just use your fingers here. Okay, fill in that other area. Not too thick of a coil. Thin one is all you need. And the air in the double pinch pot will keep it from caving in while you mold on this coil, these coils around the pinch pot, filling in that join. You don't want to push so hard so your finger goes through. You just want to smooth it out. Okay, I'll just do this. This is a little thick. Roll that out. Fill that in. Mold that. And voila. Done. Okay? So you can continue smoothing this, but that's pretty much it. So now I have this area where the pot was sitting, the bottom, so I could always just smooth that out. Now, to make an animal, right, let's say this could be the bottom of, I don't know, a bear, maybe. So you would want to make another pinch pot for the top, for the head. This would be the body. And then what you would do is, you can't keep that air in between the two pinch pots because it's trapped air and it will blow up in the kiln. So what you want to do is you want to have somewhere where that air could escape. So let's say that's the bottom. And then when you attach the other pinch pot for the head, that pinch pot will be hollow. And so to create no trapped air within that pinch pot, you want to make a space for the air to come through, all the way through to the bottom where the air can escape. Same thing if you were to